You've conquered mountains, outsmarted rivals, and walked through fire without flinching. You think you know power, control, and the dark corners of human nature. But there's a shadow you haven't faced. A man who doesn't just play the game but rewrites the rules while you're still rolling the dice. Meet the Sigma Empath, the one opponent you'll wish you never crossed. Welcome to the Sigma male community, where we don't just preach strength, we sharpen it, temper it, and wield it like a blade. Today we're tearing into a truth that will shake your foundations and force you to rethink everything you thought you mastered. This isn't just a video, it's a wake-up call for every independent, self-reliant man out there. If you're ready to stare into the abyss of a mind that sees through you, strap in, because you're about to learn why engaging with a Sigma Empath is the ultimate test you're not prepared to fail. 1. The impenetrable fortress, guarded mindset. Picture yourself charging into a castle with no map, no allies, and no clue where the arrows will fly from. That's you against a Sigma Empath, a man whose mind is a labyrinth of steel walls and hidden traps. You feel their empathy like a spotlight on your soul, illuminating your every flaw and fear, but don't fool yourself into thinking you'll get a glimpse inside their world. They're not distant, they're deliberate, guarding their thoughts with a composure that's as unyielding as granite. Every word they choose, every pause they take, is a brick in the wall they've built to keep you guessing. You're not just locked out, you're lost, stumbling in the dark while they watch from the ramparts, already knowing your next desperate move. This isn't weakness, it's a fortress born of self-mastery, a testament to a man who's learned that true power lies in what he withholds. You can't manipulate what you can't understand, and they've made damn sure you'll never crack the code. While you exhaust yourself swinging at shadows, they remain untouchable, their strength rooted in a solitude you can't breach. It's a quiet defiance that turns your aggression into futility, leaving you exposed and them unscathed. They don't need to fight you, they've already won by refusing to let you in. 2. The unbreakable core, unshakable self-worth. Most men build their value on sand, praise, status, fleeting wins, but a Sigma Empath constructs his on bedrock. His self-worth isn't a trophy polished by others. It's a weapon forged through relentless self-reflection and raw honesty. You can shower him with flattery or hurl insults like grenades, but neither will dent his armor. He's faced his own darkness, wrestled it into submission, and emerged with a confidence that doesn't bend. Your attempts to chip away at his ego crash against a truth he's already claimed. He doesn't need you to tell him who he is. This unshakable core is why he's a nightmare to control. Where others crave approval, he's already given it to himself, rendering your tactics obsolete. Try to undermine him and you'll only reveal your own desperation. His foundation doesn't crack under pressure, it hardens. It's not pride, it's a quiet certainty that comes from knowing his worth is his own to define. In a world of fragile egos, he stands as a colossus, immovable and indifferent to your games. 3. The human lie detector, detecting hidden intentions. Ever feel like your mask slipped and someone saw the real you before you could blink? That's a Sigma Empath staring through your soul. They don't just listen, they dissect the air around your words, catching the tremor in your voice, the twitch in your eye, the lie you didn't even know you were telling. It's not some parlor trick, it's a honed instinct that cuts through your bullshit like a blade through silk. You think you're smooth, but to them, you're a neon sign flashing every intention you're too scared to admit. They see reality as it is, not as you wish it to be, stripping away your illusions with surgical precision. Your half-truths and hidden agendas don't stand a chance. They're already cataloged and dismissed before you finish your sentence. This clarity isn't about judgment. It's about survival, a razor-sharp awareness that keeps them ahead of your every move. You're not just outplayed, you're transparent, a puzzle they've already solved while you're still fumbling with the pieces. 4. The boundary Imperium, mastery of limits. Step into a Sigma Empath's world uninvited, and you'll hit a wall harder than steel. Their boundaries aren't flexible, they're a kingdom with borders patrolled by an iron will. Cross them and you're not just rebuffed, you're banished, cut off with a swiftness that leaves no room for debate. They don't waste breath on toxic leeches or emotional parasites. They sever ties like a guillotine dropping. It's not personal, it's primal, a defense of the peace they've fought to claim. This mastery of limits is their shield and their sword, a choice to control what enters their life and what gets left in the dust. Guilt trips and pleas bounce off them, they've learned that letting chaos in is a betrayal of themselves. You don't get a vote in their sanctuary, they've already decided who belongs, and if it's not you, you're gone. It's a ruthless clarity that protects their strength, turning your intrusion into a lesson you won't forget. 5. The justice imperative, uncompromising integrity. In a world of bent rules and shaky morals, a Sigma empath stands like a monolith of unbreakable principle. Their integrity isn't for sale, not for power, not for love, not for a damn thing you can offer. They see your ethical shortcuts and shady deals with eyes that burn through the fog, calling out the rot you try to dress up as pragmatism. Push them to compromise, and you'll face a wall of quiet, unshakable resolve that doesn't budge an inch. It's not stubbornness, it's a code etched into their bones. This isn't just strength, it's a force that demands respect and defies corruption. They live by what's right, not what's easy, and that clarity makes them a mirror you can't escape. Your schemes unravel under their gaze not because they're loud about it, but because their very existence exposes your weakness. They don't need to fight your battles. They win by refusing to play your game, leaving you to choke on the dust of your own making. 6. The deep-sea sonar, perception beyond words. Words are just the surface ripple to a Sigma empath. They dive into the ocean beneath, sensing every current of emotion you try to hide. They don't need you to speak. Your fear, your greed, your shame hum like sonar pings they track with eerie precision. It's not empathy as a weakness, it's empathy as a weapon, a tool to map your soul while you're still splashing around, oblivious. You think you're guarded, but they've already charted your depths. This perception cuts through the noise of life, giving them an edge you can't match. They know what drives you before you do, turning your every move into a predictable dance they've already choreographed. It's a wisdom that sees the world as it is, raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic. You can't outmaneuver someone who feels your next step before you take it, and that's why they're always ahead, untouchable in their silent understanding. 7. The pattern decryption engine, uncanny recognition. Life's a chaotic mess to most, but to a Sigma empath, it's a code begging to be cracked. Their mind is a machine, spinning through your actions, words, and slip-ups, spotting the patterns you didn't know you left behind. That lie you told last week? It's a dot they've connected to the one you're telling now, unraveling your whole story with a patience that's downright chilling. They don't just see you, they see through you, past the smoke and mirrors to the truth you can't hide. This isn't guesswork, it's a relentless pursuit of what's real, a skill honed by years of watching the world spin its webs. Your deception isn't a challenge, it's a game they've already won, each move you make fitting into a puzzle they solved long ago. They don't confront you with fanfare, they just know, and that quiet certainty turns your bravado into a house of cards. You're not a mystery, you're a blueprint they've already read. 8. The strategic timekeeper, calculated response timing. Hit a Sigma empath with your best shot, and you'll think you've won when they don't flinch. Wrong. Their silence isn't surrender, it's a clock ticking down to your reckoning. They don't react, they calculate, letting you stew in your own arrogance while they line up the perfect counterstrike. It's not impulsive rage, it's a cold, measured response that lands when you least expect it, with a weight that knocks the wind out of you. This timing is their art, a discipline that turns chaos into order. They don't waste energy on petty jabs. They save it for the moment that matters, delivering a blow that resets the scales. You thought you had the upper hand, but they were just waiting, watching you dig deeper until the ground gave way. It's not about revenge, it's about justice served with a precision that leaves you questioning why you ever stepped into the ring. 9. The Phoenix Factor, unyielding resilience. Throw everything you've got at a Sigma empath, betrayal, pain, failure, and watch them rise stronger every time. They don't just endure, they transform, turning your attacks into the forge that tempers their steel. You think you've broken them, but they're already rebuilding, each scar a badge of power you can't comprehend. Your chaos is their catalyst, fuel for a fire that never dies. This resilience isn't luck, it's a choice, a refusal to let the world dictate their fate. They've stared down the worst and come out sharper, wiser, unbreakable. You can't destroy what adapts, what thrives under pressure, and that's why they're a force you'll never conquer. Every hit you land only makes them more formidable, a phoenix you can't keep in the ashes. 10. The ice in the veins, masterful emotional regulation. While you're raging or begging, a Sigma empath stands like a glacier, cold, steady, untouchable. They don't ride the waves of emotion, they command them, watching your tantrums with a calm that's more menacing than any shout. Provoke them and you'll get nothing, No anger, no panic, just a stillness that chills you to the core. They feel, but they rule what they feel, turning your emotional ploys into dust. This control is their edge, a strength that keeps their mind clear when yours is a storm. You can't rattle them because they've already tamed the chaos inside, leaving you flailing against a wall of ice. It's not detachment, it's dominance, a mastery that makes your outbursts look weak. They don't need to scream, their quiet power speaks louder than you ever will. 11. The Zero Tolerance Doctrine, Sacred Protection of Peace. To a Sigma empath, peace isn't optional, it's holy ground, and they'll defend it with a ferocity that takes your breath away. Toxicity, drama, disrespect. They don't get a foothold, they get a boot to the face. One wrong move and you're out, no warnings, no second shots. They don't negotiate with threats to their calm. They eliminate them, swift and final. It's not anger, it's a line in the sand you don't cross twice. This doctrine is their lifeline, a boundary that keeps their world intact. They've seen what happens when you let the wrong energy in, and they've vowed never again. You don't get to disturb their sanctuary, you don't get to plead your way back. It's a sacred choice to protect what they've built, and if you can't honor it, you're nothing to them, a ghost they've already forgotten. Stay away from Sigma empaths. That's not a suggestion, it's a lifeline for your pride, your sanity, your whole damn game. You've just walked through the fire of truth with the Sigma male community, and if you're still standing, you're stronger for it. These aren't just lessons, they're weapons for men who refuse to bow, who demand excellence from every breath they take. If this hit you hard, if it lit a spark or stirred your blood, don't let it die here. Like this video, drop a comment that roars your thoughts, share it with the brothers who need to hear it, and smash that notification bell if you're already in the fold. The Sigma male community isn't a channel, it's a forge shaping men into legends. Reflect on this, apply it, and rise. The next truth we drop could be the one that carves your name in stone. Stay fierce, stay free, and own the fight.